Have you ever wondered how polar bears, the kings of the Arctic, manage to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth? These majestic creatures are uniquely adapted to life in the icy expanse of the Arctic. Their impressive size, reaching up to nearly 10 feet tall when standing on their hind legs, is just the beginning of their remarkable biology. Their snowy white fur is not just for show, it's their perfect camouflage against the ice and snow. Beneath that, a thick layer of blubber provides insulation against the bone-chilling cold, and the heat from the sun is absorbed by their black skin. Then, there are their wide, webbed feet. Not just for trudging through deep snow, these are also ideal for powerful swimming, a crucial skill in their icy habitat. Their diet, primarily seals. They are skilled hunters, using their keen sense of smell to locate breathing holes in the ice where seals might surface. So these Arctic giants are not just big, fluffy white bears. They are perfectly evolved for a life of hunting and survival in the freezing cold. While their biology is fascinating, their behavior is equally intriguing. But what exactly do polar bears do all day in the Arctic? Polar bears, these majestic creatures of the North, are solitary by nature. They lead a nomadic lifestyle, moving across vast expanses of ice and snow in search of food. Unlike social animals that live in groups, each polar bear prefers to have its own space, only seeking out others during the mating season. An integral part of their daily routine revolves around hunting. They use sea ice as a hunting platform, patiently waiting for seals, their primary prey, to surface for air. This strategy is so deeply ingrained in their behavior that the loss of sea ice due to climate change poses a significant threat to their survival. As the ice recedes, polar bears are forced to swim longer distances or stay on land where food is scarcer, changing the dynamics of their hunting behavior. Now let's talk about love in the world of polar bears. Mating rituals are quite fascinating. In the spring, males follow the scent trails of females for miles across the ice. After a courtship that involves playful wrestling, the pair mates. However, once the deed is done, the male moves on, leaving the female to raise the cubs alone. Motherhood in the polar bear world is a demanding job. Mothers invest a lot of time and energy into rearing their cubs. They teach them to hunt, swim, and survive in the harsh Arctic conditions, preparing them for a life of solitude. Speaking of swimming, polar bears are phenomenal swimmers. They can swim for hours to get from one ice floe to another, with their thick layer of blubber providing buoyancy and insulation against the icy waters. Lastly, unlike other bear species, polar bears do not hibernate. Instead, they enter a state of walking hibernation where their metabolic rate drops. But they remain active, ready to make the most of any hunting opportunity. From their solitary wanderings to their nurturing of cubs, polar bears' behavior is a testament to their resilience in the face of a harsh and changing environment. Now that we understand more about their biology and behavior, what's the real truth about polar bears? The biggest threat polar bears face today is climate change, which is causing the sea ice they depend on to melt. This ice is crucial for their survival. It's their hunting ground, their pantry, where they catch their main prey, seals. As the ice recedes, so too does their access to food, causing many to suffer from starvation. Polar bears are listed as a vulnerable species, teetering on the edge of becoming endangered. Conservation efforts are in full swing to protect these majestic creatures, with initiatives aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions, implementing protective laws, and creating safe habitats. But the fight for the polar bear is not just about them. It's about us. It's about our planet. Polar bears are more than just symbols of the Arctic. They are indicators of the health of the environment and a stark reminder of the pressing need to address climate change.